Imagine waking up to the sound of a literal explosion. You aren't being attacked by a foreign military. You just received a $5 donation from a guy named SkibbityFan67. Congratulations, you are now Darren Watkins Jr., better known as IShowSpeed. For the next 24 hours, your job isn't to work an office job or go to college. Your job is to be a human adrenaline pump. Most people's hearts beat about 70 times a minute. Yours is currently sitting at 140, and you haven't even gotten out of bed yet. Welcome to the most exhausting 24 hours of your life. To understand the nightmare you've just stepped into, we have to look at the numbers. Speed is more than just a YouTuber. His YouTube channel houses over 28 million subscribers. In a typical stream, Speed might bark 400 times, perform 3 backflips, and accidentally set off a firework in his living room. If a normal human tried this, they would be in a psychiatric ward by noon. Seriously. But in the world of high-stakes streaming, this is just content. You sit down in the chair. The green light of the camera turns on. Now you have finally started your day. Whatever the 50,000 people currently watching you to be, that's what you have to be. If they want you to scream at a picture of Cristiano Ronaldo, you scream. If they want you to bark at a grandmother on Omegle, you bark. Although it sounds like torture, remember you're getting money just for barking. Sorry, Mom, no college for me. But here is where the psychological collapse begins, and when the money stops being enough. Humans have a built-in mechanism called the social battery. Normally, when you're tired of people, you go home and close the door. But for Speed, home is where the people are. Historically, we've seen this before. In the Middle Ages, kings had court jesters. The jester was the only person allowed to act insane, mock the king, and scream in the palace. It sounds like a fun job. Until you realize that if the jester stopped being funny, he didn't just lose his job. He often lost his head. Ouch. You are the digital court jester. The villain of this story isn't a person, it's the cortisol loop. Cortisol is the stress hormone. It's what kept our ancestors alive when they were being chased by saber-toothed tigers. But your brain doesn't know the difference between a tiger and 100,000 teenagers typing L in a chat box. Your body thinks you've been in a life-or-death struggle for 6 hours straight. By hour 10 of being Speed, your vocal cords are fried, your knees hurt from the backflips, and then you're met with the donation TTS bot mocking your appearance. Why does this work? Why are millions of people obsessed with watching a 19-year-old lose his mind in a bedroom? It's a psychological phenomenon called parasocial interaction. Your brain is incredibly old. It evolved to recognize faces in small tribes of 50 people. When you see Speed's face on a screen every day, your lizard brain thinks he's your actual friend. When he screams, you get a hit of dopamine. When he fails, you feel a sense of schadenfreude, pleasure derived from another's misfortune. Yeah, you're pretty evil. It's the same reason Romans watched people get eaten by lions. It's high-energy chaos from the safety of your couch. But for you, the person in the chair, the cost is massive. Recent studies show that influencer burnout is leading to higher rates of depersonalization. That's the feeling that you aren't a real person, but a character in a movie you can't stop filming. If you were Speed for a day, you'd realize that fame in the 21st century isn't a red carpet. It's a treadmill that's moving at 20 miles per hour, and the stop button is hidden behind a paywall. By the end of 24 hours, you collapse into bed. Your ears are ringing, your throat is destroyed, and you have 14 million new notifications. Humans weren't designed to be seen by everyone all the time at once. We spent 200,000 years trying to be noticed by our tribe. Now we've built a world where the entire planet can watch us. And we're realizing that maybe, just maybe, being ignored was a luxury. Humans didn't survive because we were the loudest in the jungle. We survived because we knew when to stop screaming and go to sleep. So hey, maybe being Speed isn't all what it's made out to be.